Good morning, afternoon, evening, night. We are back in some celebratory delight. The market's been going up and down today. And I've been deciding that we're holding out. We're gonna be holding. And I've decided that the things that I've grabbed below the volume profiles, we're pretty much going to be holding. Now, I'm going over this in my head because, day trading, we're locked up. Still locked up with day trading. I'm not sure why. It says that the close of the previous day, the equity, be over 25,000. So I have no idea why. Do I have to realize the change? I'm not sure, because it definitely affected me without it me realizing the losses below 25. So, very strange. Either way, market is tumultuous today. There's a lot of optimism. So that is why I held through this whole thing, which these were pretty scary. This one was almost like going back to Friday. So, at least proportionally, percentage-wise, it was like a 9% dip right there. So I started to get a little bit panicked, but we're in hold mode. So, but there's something about the day trading that gives so much relief to get rid of these. The only worry you have is you miss out on gains, but you're still locked in on gains, It's so strange in that way. This has hit me differently this week, but I'm trying to not be so impulsive because of the fact that I see a lot of people coming into these pickers. I see a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon. And I don't think that's going to drive things down. It's almost counterintuitive how some of these are going down, especially like Intel. Some of these things don't exactly make sense. So I don't know, that there's a lot of things uncertain this week because it's almost like new market criteria. Look at this, for the first time, Rocket Lab. We passed. Oh my god, and now it's gonna start selling. Can we make it through that? Can we make it through, please? That'd be awesome. So that's also another reason why the account is up. Freaking Rocket Lab finally even. Now I might fucking sell this. I might sell some of this. Having a position as large as I do on Rocket Lab is questionable, to say the least. Now, my only fret is selling that right now, and then it goes up more. But I kind of do want to get out on. But let me see how many getting rid of 100 gives us. Yeah. Because where we got it, we're not having a lot of luck. It's just, this thing has been fighting at this VP for a while. So it's like, I just feel like I'd rather get rid of it because it's going to dip again. Now it's kind of taken off. Could lock in a little bit, give myself a little more money, because the diversity here is key, I think. I think we're gonna get rid of 100. I think we get rid of 100. I mean, what are we looking at right here? RSI is about to cap out. Well, uncertainty, indecision, not good, not good. I'm definitely off my usually very decisive. Alright, that's it. Get rid of 100. We've made a profit. Oh, sweet. Sweet. So we got rid of ones that were a little bit higher. I like that. I like that a lot. That's so much better to hold that then. I like that. That is a lot more comfortable for me. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Alright, then it's like, you know, we're trying to trim the hedges here. Because there are some, I believe, like BBAI, that we kind of got in the middle. And while they're likely headed up, let's check this on the hourly. They're likely headed up. Yeah, now the hourly is looking good. Of course, we get rid of 7,000 of them. It's okay though. It's alright. It's alright. We're not looking back. There's too much of that right now. There's too much of that. Captain Hindsight, he's been flying around. He's getting really annoying lately. So I'm sorry. I'm just taking you on the journey with me. Usually I'm giving you either the previous before we really dig into it or the after. You know, I'm not really getting you into the guts, but the guts are what's not glorious here. You know, this part, checking around and just scrutinizing. And then we got 2 other accounts too. That's why when the market's moving like this, there's so many things to keep track of. Because ideally, the brokerage and the joint accounts, we want at least more than half or half the positions for long holding. So that's why I'm looking at AREC, TMQ. I mean, I would like to hold BBAI, I just don't like where I have it right now. Then again, things are probably going to keep going up. So then we got ABAT, which I believe I got that pretty damn high. Yeah. Similar to BBAI, but even higher. But that one's looking to probably keep taking off. You know? Now, I really wanted to give this week like a feeler. This is going to be like my feeler week of how this new market is going to be in a way. Because we've experienced the bull market, but like in my mind, this is bull turbo mode. And so I'm curious, how much are the takebacks? In bull turbo mode, how much are we looking to take back? It looks like 10% is the normal. About 10 to 15% max, it'll pull back from what it went up. So it's almost like new math has to happen in my head now. Because if we're going to day trade, then almost something like this is perfect. Because it could, you know, by what I am saying, it reason to be, it would go to 884. You know what I mean? So I almost feel like that is truth and accurate. So applying this, that's more or less what we're looking to do. But a lot of these that are going up are following positive trends here. So this was down earlier. Nice to see it up. It's a good thing I held. I was getting panicked on this dip. We've seen 2 more. It looked a lot like Friday, to be honest. This is like a smaller version of what happened Friday. And then, yeah, I was getting real worried, but I said if we held this far, may as well hold on. Keep holding. Now, with Ouster and CLSK, both looking kind of similar here. Yeah, I mean, I feel it is ideal with what I have here to be holding. We got this really low, too. Yeah. So, as much as it'd be nice to lock these profits in, for most of these, we have a pretty low position. Like, I highly doubt MP is going to drop to 89 again. But it is on its way down right now. It's on its way down, yet it's going up. It's That's what this market is. Strange. Muy raro. Very weird. Very, very, very weird. So now on the flip side, if I get rid of stuff, what we're looking at is regret that the pops will and could be enormous. So, but holding is what gets you to have panic attacks like this that really wear on me, because you're not even doing anything, you're just watching it and you're like, do I sell? Do I buy more? Well, now that we have 7,000 to play with, maybe that is where I turn my focus. LAC? You're having a good time down here? Wouldn't be the worst time to get in here. Small position. I believe this is a speculative buy. I don't think we've got too much going on here. But this is dragging on, and again, you know, I don't know how you guys feel about it, if you prefer the more short form content around 10 minutes, or if you like the deeper dives like this. I just feel like there's so much going on, and with the way my brain works and how much I talk, I can be very expositive, is that a word? But there can be a lot of exposition on my behalf. But if you guys like that, you like to hear me explain my reasoning, my rationales, or if you just like to see the grit down and dirty when we're making all the trades, although that is what the daily report, more or less, we're trying to get across. But this is what I spend most of my time doing, and this is not on screen. This is not what you guys are seeing in the videos. Just me cruising around. But something like this can turn around in 10 minutes. Which is why I like to day trade. But seeing this new total is sweet. That's continuing. It's always nice. It just feels illusory. It feels very temporary. Feels like it will be washed back out at any moment. Which is why I love the idea of selling these damn things. Doesn't it suck to have it at a price like that? But then it's there, and then at some point later today, it's only over there. And you're like, I could have locked in and then just got in there. And therefore, you only lose like, what, $30, but you secured 180, you know? 190 bucks. So that's what I'm talking about. But then again, if it keeps going up, and you sold it, now you got no way to get in except like over here. Oop, but it went up here, you know, so you get back in over here. That's what I mean, you know. It's like, are you married to the percentage, how much percentage you're getting? Because to be honest, you know, sure, you hold, you got a 30% gain. If I day trade, I made more or less 30%, maybe more, you know. But the total is not going to show up in the one trade if you're day trading. It's going to show up in your, you know, in the total that you're able to gather over the same amount of holding time. So, to me, it just feels like so much safer to day trade. You just look back and you're like, damn, I was trading that at $5. Now it's 72. I could have held that. But ultimately, you've been making money the whole way. I feel like it is stronger of mind. It If you can make the money day trading, it is stronger of mind to do that. Because you didn't know you're going to end up with 70 times your money. But you ended up with very close to it. And you locked it in the whole time. And you're okay with that. You're okay with not seeing, dude, look, I got a 300% gain, you know, like these. Because look at it. It's nothing. We're gonna look at it. I have a 330% gain on American Resources. What the hell is it? It's $122. You don't think I could have made more than $123? Which I have. I have made way more than that with that amount of money during this whole time. So it's beautiful. Yeah, 334% profit. But you know how much I made on AREC? In this account? I mean, just off of this day trade, which we would have, you know, like my mind is day trading, 384. 45% profit. What would you prefer? You want to wait 3 months for $123? Or you want to make, you know? So that's how my brain is working. This is not financial advice. We're just explaining my own brain waves right here. So you know what I'm saying? Like, This is what makes me crazy at night. This is what keeps me up sometimes. And that is what this whole saga is about. I have been saying this since I'm like 16 years old. What the hell? If you're good at day trading, who wins out? The day trader or the long holder? On very similar positions, if not the same. I wish they could be the same, but I mean, I'd love to. I'm gonna run my stuff after we finish this saga. We're gonna see if somebody that was holding my positions, how they would have done from when I first started at the amount that I went in on. Maybe I would have stacked up more. We'll see how we're gonna figure that out, but either way, that's what this is all about for myself. Now, not to drag on everybody, let's go over what happened. Gotta add that to the personal dictionary right there. So yesterday, a lot of stuff happened, especially after the video, even after the second daily report update. I believe this was after the second report update. So we did a few more things. There was more stuff added to these as well. We mainly looked at making sure all the accounts had some ones that I've been trading. I got remarried to some of my positions. I really felt like, you know, we made a lot of money on NNE, on Serve, Redwire. Yes and no. Also took a lot from me. AMD, I like the idea because they're really behind Nvidia and they have a lot of potential, and Nvidia is kind of capped out. Not to say that there's no room to grow, but you know, AMD going exponential compared to Nvidia is a much likelier scenario. So that's where we're at. Then really just speckled in. I like ACHR. I'm not too much of a believer, but we were making money on it, so I'm like, put her back in. SMR, love it. NXE, I'm a fan. Abbott, it's new, but battery technology, I think that's important. Blink, I've been sucked into this one so many times that I have to be in on it because it's gonna go up. So if I'm not in on it as it goes up, I'm a sucker. Oust, one of our favorites. Intel, you know, nice company, but they really need to pick it up here. And yeah, anyway, that's it. So we did pretty good yesterday. I'm very happy we were able to make back some of this. This sucked. That was Friday. Friday, the day of tidal torrents, ripping people down into the crypto graves. And then yesterday, she awoke. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. We will get back to you tomorrow and also get that daily report out as soon as things are written in stone, for the most part. Alright, you all take care. May your troubles be less and your blessings be more. Nothing but happiness comes straight through your doors, my friend. Take care.